Being an introvert isn't just about being quiet or shy, it's about living in a world designed for constant interaction, loud personalities, and social expectations. Society often celebrates extroversion, leaving introverts feeling overlooked, misunderstood, or even pressured to change. This video dives deep into why being an introvert can be mentally exhausting, emotionally draining, and socially isolating. Constant pressure to socialize. From childhood to adulthood, introverts face constant pressure to come out of their shell. Teachers encourage more participation in class, workplaces reward those who speak up in meetings, and friends may push introverts to attend loud social events. While extroverts thrive in these settings, introverts often feel like they're being drained of their energy. This constant expectation to engage can lead to burnout, stress, and a deep sense of being out of place. Social events are energy drainers. For introverts, attending social events isn't just a casual outing, it's a full-on energy-consuming experience. Every interaction feels like it requires a mental script, every small talk feels like a performance, and every crowd feels like a storm of noise and emotions. While others leave parties energized, introverts leave feeling like they've run a mental marathon. Misunderstood as antisocial or arrogant. One of the toughest parts of being an introvert is constantly being misunderstood. People often mistake their quiet nature as arrogance or disinterest. They may be labeled as antisocial or rude simply because they prefer deep conversations over small talk or choose to stay home instead of going out. This judgment creates an emotional burden, making introverts feel like they must constantly explain themselves. Workplaces reward loud voices. In the professional world, meetings often favor those who speak the loudest, not necessarily those who think the deepest. Introverts, who tend to process information before speaking, may be overlooked for promotions or leadership roles simply because they don't dominate conversations. Their ideas may be equally or even more valuable, but their quiet approach means they're often overshadowed. Networking feels like a nightmare. Networking events are designed for quick interactions, fast exchanges, and constant small talk, everything an introvert dreads. The pressure to make a good impression while feeling drained by the environment can be overwhelming. It's not that introverts can't network, they simply prefer meaningful connections over superficial ones, making the traditional networking setup feel unnatural and exhausting. Alone time is misinterpreted as loneliness. Introverts recharge through solitude, but society often interprets this as being lonely or socially disconnected. Friends may feel offended when an introvert declines an invite, not realizing that staying in is not a rejection but a necessity for mental and emotional balance. This constant need to explain their preference for alone time can feel exhausting in itself. The mental toll of overthinking. Introverts often live inside their own heads, replaying conversations, overanalyzing responses, and worrying about how they're perceived. While deep thinking can be a gift, it can also become a trap that leads to anxiety and self-doubt. This internal dialogue is rarely visible to others, making it an invisible burden introverts carry every day. Relationships can feel one-sided. In friendships and romantic relationships, introverts often give more emotional energy than they receive. Because they're great listeners, people may vent to them constantly, forgetting that introverts also need support and understanding. When this emotional imbalance builds up, it can lead to feeling unappreciated or invisible. Embracing introversion in a loud world. Being an introvert isn't a weakness, it's a different way of experiencing life. But society's constant push for extroverted behavior can make it feel like a disadvantage. The truth is, introverts bring depth, thoughtfulness, and balance to a world that often values noise over nuance. It's time to recognize and respect the unique strengths of introverts, rather than forcing them to fit into an extroverted mold.